I'm Michael Inwood, the team leader of the Cedarova Inwood team. We help families buy and sell real estate in Toronto. I'm back with another monthly update for the real estate world in the micro markets that we specialize in. Bloor West Village, Hyde Park, Swansea, Ronces, Babby Point, Junction, and the Old Mill. One thing to remember, this month is going to be way different than any month before. We cannot compare year to year because last April, we were in a pandemic. It was our first month being locked up and we didn't know what was happening. We were scared. So the only people who had to sell it were desperate. They probably purchased something and had to get rid of their property. So the only way to compare last month's stats is month to March. We're gonna get into that shortly. Now let's discuss what happened in April. Inventory was at a healthy amount. Even though it was down 9% month over month, we had a good amount of new listings come to market. Sales overall were down anywhere from 10 to 12% depending on the neighborhood. There's a few things that I saw even at our listings. We had a lot less showings than we did in March. And that resulted in less offers. We weren't getting the 10, 15, 20 offers that we got in March. It was more like 2, 3, and if you got lucky, you may have gotten 5 offers. Also, a big thing that I saw was a few homes going to offer night and not selling, and sellers relisting at a price that they would like to get. The other huge thing that I noticed was there's been a lot more multifamily homes coming to market. And these homes in particular haven't been selling really quickly. So there's a lot of options for multifamily. And if you're looking to invest, maybe the time is now. The cause of all of this, I believe, is a lot of the buyers who are desperate, the ones that needed to buy, finally have found something and purchased. And the other big one, inventory is still very high. So supply, demand, it's straightforward. Now the fun part, let's talk about the numbers. What happened last month in April? But before we do, I want to give you a little bit of update what happened in 2020 in April, but not by community, but overall. We had 20 sales, 12 days average on market, and list to sale ratio was 103. So those are very weak stats compared to this year. Let's start off south of Bloor in Swansea, where we had 13 total transactions in April. Average days on the market was 7. List to sale ratio was significantly down from the previous month at 108. Now, if we jump across the park and go into Ronces, we had 16 total transactions. List to sale ratio still very healthy at 122. Days on market was at 6. Now, let's jump north. Go north of Bloor Street and go to Hyde Park and the Junction, where we had 14 transactions. Average days on the market was 8, and we saw a list to sale ratio of 120. Now, we're gonna keep going west and make our way into Bloor West Village. Here, I like to always break down True Bloor West versus Upper Bloor West. In True Bloor West, we had 7 sales, which list to sale ratio was 108, and average days on the market was 9. In Bloor West, we saw a few homes that did not sell and were relisted. And you guessed it, all the homes still sold. In Upper Bloor West, we had 7 sales with a crazy list to sale ratio of 132. And average days on the market was 5. Wondering why that happened? Well, because price points are significantly lower in Upper Bloor West than True Bloor West. Now onto the final 2 neighborhoods, Old Mill and Babby Point. This month I'm going to combine them. We had 6 total sales and a list to sale ratio of 113, which is pretty healthy, and average days on the market was 6. Are you guys ready for my predictions for the upcoming months? Okay, let's get into that. First, showings will keep on going down and down. In the end, that will result in fewer offers on offer night. But inventory will also go down, so prices are not going to be affected as much as they should be. In the end of the day, you'll have a lot more happy buyers than sellers. The main reason for all of this, in my opinion, is when Toronto finally opens up, Torontonians are gonna get the heck out of the city, go to cottages, maybe do some vacationing within Canada. So real estate is gonna put on the back burner. That's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in to my April market update. If you love this video, please hit subscribe and give our page a follow. Thank you and see you next month.